I'm just looking at the forthcoming.
Good morning, everybody.
Hello.
We are again
at the list of forthcoming guests. It's very exciting.
I'll punch these buttons.
Okay. So, in my helpful public service announcement, today is Tuesday, people. It's 11 a.m. in the UK. And yes, you are still in lockdown. Well, UK lockdown. You know what I mean by that.
How long have we been here now? Who knows?
Well, I like to try and be useful.
I do find it really helpful that it always happens at 11 a.m. and then we do know, like, there is a key point of the day. Because last night, when I was doing, I was on the call with National Independent Venue Association in America, and I realized that I was talking to New York and Los Angeles and I think Seattle or somewhere else. And I literally, none of the four of us had any idea what time it was. And it was just like,
well, you don't even usually know what day it is, do you?
No,
that's why I do my public service bit.
Right, so this is now public, so you can share it, so please do.
Morning, all you lovely people.
Yeah, morning, Chris and Jason and Mark and Simon and Lydia and Christopher up in York and Mark down in Brighton and Alex Leaks.
I didn't know that Andrew Winters is joining us most mornings because he never tells us.
Yeah,
but he posted something lovely on Facebook this morning. So hi, Andrew.
Hi, Andrew. And yes, it's now public. You can hit that. And also, if you want to watch this on YouTube, please hit subscribe and hit the bell, and apparently it sends you a notification. And we're also on Twitch, which I still don't understand, but you can go to twitch.tv/Music Venue Trust. And if you hit subscribe there and you are a Amazon Prime thing, it puts some money into Music Venue Trust coffers, which we'll then spend on biscuits, judging by the amount of money it is, but biscuits for Elevenses.
I'm just going to pick up on two Chris's. Christopher Sherrington, that sounds good. Popmaster followed by Elevenses.
Yeah, that's
top.
Good. Yeah.
And Simon Bray will be really happy about that because he writes the questions.
Simon Bray immediately. I'm glad you like Popmaster. Are you allowed to say that you like the questions?
No, I didn't say that. Not publicly. And Chris Weymouth, Tuesday, I'm not sure. Yes, Chris, it really is Tuesday.
It is Tuesday.
I have calendar. Well, I have lots of calendars with lots of things crossed out, but it really is Tuesday.
Harcourt's arrived. He's got a pipe, a beard, and a face wearing a mask.
Morning, what's this about?
This
is a relaxation from all the work that Music Venue Trust and our community do. This is Elevenses. This is where we have a cup of tea or coffee and chat to a lovely guest. And most mornings, depending on who the guest is, most mornings there will be some music. Sometimes there's just chat, but this is nothing to do with fundraising, nothing to do with talking about the crisis. This is to do with human interaction, because we don't believe in social distancing. We believe in physical distancing. And that's enough from us. It's time to introduce the guest.
Aren't your calendars in Catalan, says Rhoda?
This year, one of them is and one of them is in English.
Yeah, and also our time zone is in Catalan as well.
Yeah, it's not 11 here.
Someday we'll tell you about time zones in Catalan.
Anyway, we want to invite our guest. We have a lovely guest this morning. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome.
Roll your hands on the desk.
Show.
Drum roll, please.
Matt Owens.
Morning, Matt.
Morning. Thanks for having me.
How are you?
I'm really good, thanks.
And where are you these days?
I am a displaced Londoner. I am now in Bath, which is very nice.
Quite a lot of Londoners in Bath and Brighton, I find. Bath, Brighton and Bristol seem to be quite favourite places for people who used to live in London.
Yeah, you're still in striking distance and it's much easier to tour. Took me about an hour and a half to get to Hammersmith from Peckham for a very, very long time.
And you know a lot about touring, don't you, Matt?
I know a little bit about touring, yeah.
So we should do the background. I mean, Matt, how many years did you spend with Noah and the Whale?
I always get these dates wrong. I think, it was I think almost 9 years, I think, to about 2014. So we formed in about 2005.
I remember the really early shows.
Yeah.
And
glad
then,
someone does.
Yeah. But somebody's good. Shall I send you an outline of what happened?
You try and wear blue and yellow in public for 2 years. It's a difficult gig.
And then, but now for the last few years, you've been so active on the circuit. I mean, I was looking at the list of gigs that you've played. I mean, it'd probably be easy to list where you haven't played, wouldn't it?
But people say that, and then I think that's what you do, isn't it? Like, you don't have a go. People don't find it weird when people go to an office for 5 days a week. So it's common for people to work every day, isn't it?
Yeah, but Not with the distance of travel that you appear to have been doing.
Yeah, I've got a rule that if it's within 2.5 hours driving, then because I've got 2 kids under 3.5 now, that I drive home. Which once it hits like midnight, you can do. I drive home from London, drive home from Manchester. I can drive home from like Exeter and almost Cornwall. So I've got a really nice in Bath. I've got a nice striking distance.
However,
two kids
I
under 3
remember
in
having
lockdown.
young kids, and they wake up early. So if you're finishing at midnight, driving 2.5 hours home, you're going to get about 3 hours sleep if you're lucky before the kids are up.
I know. It's why I look like shit. I know.
And how's your lockdown? It's been a theme through all these that anybody who's got young kids. We're actually running a recommend kids programs that don't make you want to kill someone. So what are yours hooked on at the moment?
The youngest is just obsessed with nursery rhymes to the extent that if we stop playing them, she just starts singing them. And I haven't worked, which is really cute for like the first hour.
Yeah.
But then like she'll just continue. She's got a repertoire, quite a big repertoire, but it's pretty much Baby Shark. And it's
No, not enough. We had one person who was Steve Lamack was being hounded by Peppa Pig.
Yes.
But has now discovered. Have you discovered Pete the cat?
No, I haven't discovered Pete the cat.
Okay, Pete the cat. This is our recommendation. Pete the cat is on Amazon. If you can get on Amazon, and Pete the cat is a kids show, but the voices on it. Elvis Costello is apparently Pete the cat's dad.
Wow.
Yeah, I said, is that like a grumpy dad or something? But
apparently not. Phil Jupitus apparently is one of the other voices. And, we have nothing invested in this program. We've not seen this. We're passing this on from Steve Lamack, who also has a young daughter.
I've heard you've got shares. I can recommend one thing that we have done that's really good with my 3-year-old Teddy. We've started going back. We've got the Disney Channel and started going through vintage Disney films. So we started with Snow White, that I probably haven't seen properly ever, but like for at least 25 years or something.
But
and that's pretty cool. What, my singing? Oh.
Snow White singing.
Well, no, you're singing. I mean, you were all over Six Music last year, and I got really playing your album at the time, and then this morning I went back to go and check it, and I realised that actually you have written the new national anthem, but because there's a track on your album called "One Fuck of a Year."
Yes, yeah, there is.
Have you thought about getting that back out as a massive potential single?
That was written basically in 2.5 years ago. It was a Christmas song, obviously, and I was like, it's not going to get any worse than this. And that was pre-Brexit, and I think and I just wrote it really quickly, and it was a joke, and I was like, well, it was kind of a joke, and I was just like, I got frustrated that I couldn't write a straight Christmas song. And then we were in the studio and we needed one more track for the album. My producer said, do you have anything? And I've got this, but we'll need to change everything. Anyway, we didn't change anything. And the video for it, I just moved to Bath and we discovered the Bath Somerset Reindeer Ranch. And they just had everything from like sleighs to reindeer to huskies. So the video is probably the greatest thing I've ever done, which is me as Santa. And the credits look like we had a huge amount of money for it. And I think it cost less than about 100 quid. And it's got reindeer, huskies, me as Santa, the whole 9 yards.
Where do we find this at?
YouTube. Annoyingly, it is my most viewed video. So, artistic credibility aside, if all I needed to do was dress up as Santa, and they're actually quite scary. There's me petrified trying to feed these huge reindeer that are pretty mangy and up close. There's like bits dropping off them and stuff. They're fairly.
I hope the lockdown doesn't last so long that you have to come back on at Christmas and play that. But no. do you have a song for us this morning, Matt?
I do. I'm trying. Okay, so I've got a new record coming out that I'm kind of about 80% recorded, and this is a song. It's a road song. So I thought, seeing as I'm not gigging, I've got to live vicariously through songs. So this is one that's going to be on the new record, and it's called "Cargo for the Road."
Great.
the week when I can't have you. Who'd go leave you for here? And it's fading in its romance. You know grit can't wipe a tear. And I say I'm not going back. I say, darling, that's a fact. But I'll be at the door and back to leave his cargo for the road. No one talks of the bad reception. Yes, to kill before the show. Get weak so you get wired. Buzz a play down when you're low. Another load in another town. Not sure where I'm staying. I could tell you that I miss you. You're bored of hearing that today. For the next 6 hours at least, I'm just cargo for the road. Where exhaustion is a constant. Strangers ask how it all began. Made me feel of home when I heard cowgirl in the sand. And there's nothing less romantic than denying you ran away. Cause this world here waiting for you. Can't wait to spit you out someday. No one talks of the bad reception. Yes, to kill before the show. Get weak so you get wired. But to play down when you're low. Another load in another town. Not sure where I'm staying. I could tell you that I love you. You don't know what to do with that today. For the next 6 hours at least, I'm just cargo for the road. I say I'm not going back. I say, darling, that's a fact. But I'll be at the door and packed to leave his cargo for the road. Cargo for the road, yeah. Cargo for the road. Cargo for the road, yeah. Cargo for the road.
That was lovely. Thank you, Matt.
Thank you very much.
First harmonica to make it to Elevenses.
Hey! I don't know if that's anything to be proud of. But
Well, comments are flying in. Good morning from the Tuppenny in Swindon, was that?
In Swindon, yes.
That's a
Ed,
great venue. That's a great venue.
Ed said, say hi from the Tuppenny in Swindon where Matt played recently.
Yeah, and then we've also got Waterloo Music Bar in Blackpool says hello. Wow, this is a comment tidal wave. I can't scroll through them all. Chris from Tummy Drawers Forum says he's watched so many videos of slides during lockdown that he's thinking of diving down the speaker behind you. Excellent comment. So, are you doing a lot of? I mean, there's a whole bunch of people saying, "Wow, the sound you've got is really amazing." Which I was being a tech nerd with you about before we started broadcasting. What are you doing? You're running it through a valve amp. For any musicians that are watching and wondering how you managed to make it sound like that,
it's all on the fingers. No, it's there my capo is. That's why I've been twitching. Yeah, no, I didn't realize how when you do all of this, because I've kind of shunned technology, like I'm sure a lot of musicians have if you play all the time. It's amazing how it kind of compresses it all down and stuff. So this is my main acoustic, and I've got kind of a humbucker that I run into I've got an audio kitchen amp last year that I swear by. And then this pickup, I run into a really nice old DI, and you're kind of getting 20% of the amp, and then there's a blend on that pickup of the mic as well. I'm just trying to cover all bases, basically. Well, it's very much trial or error.
A lot of people just looked out the window while you were saying that, but about 10 people got really excited.
My wife loves it when I talk about this stuff. It's largely just for the girls.
I think there are plenty of guitar nerds.
You did ask, in fairness.
I
wasn't going to say anything.
Oh, Matt, we've had one of these where people just compared all the bits of music kit lying around on the desks in front of people. And this is supposed to be the desk that Mark works from. But he's still got all sorts of stuff on it. Because, once a musician, always surrounded by stuff,
Yeah, no, I totally get that.
Yeah. So are you... somebody says that is a brilliant setup. There you go. That's all our us nerds getting together.
Oh, hi, Nigel.
Thanks, Dad.
Right. So, do you know what? I haven't put any things up for you yet. What's the best one? People to go to your Facebook page and follow you there, because I know you're doing some streaming.
So I do. I've started out 54 days ago now doing a song from Self-Isolation. And I do a different one of my favourite artists every time. And I thought this would last about a week. And I'm up to day 54. And it's really nice, actually. I've started covering a lot of my mates that I gig with. So, like, I've got mine, Alex Lipinski. I'm going to do a Louis Brennan song this week. I think I'm doing Boss Kane today. And then I do, like, my favourite. It gets you thinking, like, my favourite Stones songs. I'm going to go through, and I've been kind of dipping in and out of a 90s phase of what I used to listen to when I was like 12, 13, 14. So there's going to be some Blind Melon coming up and some like Ben Folds 5 and like all this stuff that whether you like, I did a Pearl Jam track back, which, a lot of songs I haven't even heard for like 20 years. And it's quite nice.
That's really cool. Where can people watch that? Oh, they can watch that on your Facebook?
You can watch that on my Facebook. You can watch that on Instagram. My website's mattowensmusic.com. And, so it's all there in Bandcamp. But there's a free live album up on Bandcamp now that people can listen to.
Well, I mean, I've got the Matt Owens Music Live at the Facebook one link at the bottom of the screen at the moment. But
thank you so much.
I'll get the mattowensmusic.com one. I think that's the other one, the central website, and I'll put that up. Have you got a second song for us, Matt?
I do, yeah. I mean, it's just like it's very nice to be here. Thanks for having me. I thought I'd do something off the record. The album Skin Orchids for debut came out last year, and so this is a song all about true story, all about being asked to run cocaine out of Ireland in a bass amp. About.
I was not expecting that to be the explanation of the song.
I just figured you've probably had a lot of these, but I just
not another one.
£1 million worth of cocaine washed up on the west coast of Ireland in 2014, and the guards went down to collect it. And the same thing happened on the identical beach about 18 months later. And the guards went down to collect it, and the locals had got there first. And we were doing this rock and roll tour that wasn't making any money in my band Little Mammoths after Noah and the Whale. And the guy with a big scar on his face got really excited when he found out we were driving back to London. And he was like, "Are you making any money?" And I was like, "No." He was like, And you're driving back to London, right? You're getting the ferry. I was like, yeah. He's like, that's a big bass amp, isn't it? That's one of those things that just stuck with me. But I thought it was quite a nice metaphor for playing live and being out on the road and what you'll do to kind of make it work. I didn't say yes, but it's kind of my Scorsese take.
Just get that in there, Matt. Make sure everybody knows.
You play the song, we'll go and consult a lawyer as to what we need to say at the end of this. Okay.
But this song is about what might have happened if I'd said yes.
Okay.
Excellent. I shall sit back.
And it had Thea Gilmore on it as well, and my buddy Rob Vincent, and I'm eternally grateful for that. There you go.
As I was loading up, it was like there ain't you. I threw up on myself, but then go waved on through. I met your guy on the dock by the side of the road. We kept it short, no talk, just doing low. Hanging over my head, and it can't be undone. All the shame and the guilt have long become one. Things I can't take back and see undo. The day you pull me over is the day you lose you. Ooh, I want to hold you, but I'm too far gone tonight to try. Too far gone to try. So done with forever, just scraping by. She never asked how and I never asked you why. And the money flew straight at the door of death. New kiss shoes, food shop and rent. So I soldiered on with this old guitar, where the DJs won when the work fell hard. Wanna run it straight out of Dublin port. I got my $2,000 and I didn't get caught. Got my $2,000 and I didn't get. Ooh, I want to hold you, but I'm too far gone tonight. Ooh, I want to hold you, but I'm too far gone tonight to try. Too far gonna try to try. Now I'm losing it all on a blue lit night. Stepping out of the car in a cell block light. It was meant to be once, just went over the law. Then working back, could've run a little more. Working back, could've run a little. Ooh, I want to hold you, but I'm too far gone tonight. Ooh, I want to hold you, but I'm too far gone tonight to try. Too far gonna try to try. As I was loading up, it was like there ain't you.
Oh, technical hitch.
Technical hitch there, yeah. Just trashed everything.
That was great.
Don't smash the studio up, man. in
enough.
a cocaine-induced frenzy.
Exactly. No, thanks so much, guys.
No, Scotty Watson says, last time I saw Matt, I told him I thought he was following me around London as I'd recorded him at his house, then gigged with him at the Camden Assembly, and now he's here. Perhaps I'm following him subconsciously. You know, Scotty?
Yeah. Hi, Scotty.
And then there's a lot of discussion about little mammoths.
Great. Okay, what are people saying?
Was that on a Little Mammoths tour that you got offered the cocaine? Tim Berry from the Wimble says, yes, Little Mammoths.
So I think cocaine's getting discussed a lot on your feed rather than...
Yeah, I look at it actually, yeah.
Which is why we say this is a social.
Yeah,
this is
social.
Not a music venue trust.
And then somebody's asked, is that that guitar with Thor written on it? Did I just see that in an NHS video? Have you done an NHS video as well? The guitar in the background.
Yeah. Sorry. So this is God, I didn't really. This is Geek Central. Mum and Dad are going to be so proud. It's guitars and drugs. So yeah, this is my. She's a Gretsch Viking, so she's my favourite electric. Well, other than the Joker, who's my other favourite electric, but they're a bit different. And so I named her Thor, and I got Thor inscribed on the neck when I had money. I do regret that. I don't really. It's wicked. But yeah, we did a video for the NHS. There's this great song that can be found, and it's on my Facebook page and everything. I got asked by a load of Somerset musicians to kind of get together, and they've written this great song. Could you make it better? And it's brilliant, and I can't believe like the gargantuan work that went into. They've got I think there must be over 100 musicians, and they've somehow managed to, or at least it's got to be pretty close. And they've got like 3 different drummers on the track. And they've got like all these different. Everyone's singing and playing, and they've put a video with everyone in it, and so it's really worth checking out. And all proceeds go towards the NHS, and we're trying to get as much coverage for it as possible.
Brilliant. Okay.
So yeah, and I played that guitar in the video. Yeah.
Okay, so all the nerds here, if you want to see that guitar,
if you want to see that guitar and hear that guitar, then I ended up doing quite a happy Motown thing on it, but I quite liked it. So yeah.
Okay. Well, look, we must go back to work.
But it's been lovely to hang out with you, and thank you for the music, Matt. That's been great.
Been fantastic and lovely to talk with you.
Thanks so much for having me. I really appreciate it, guys.
No, really, thanks so much for coming in. And it's our new catchphrase. We hope to never see you like this again.
Because we'd much rather see you in person.
Absolutely.
But if this does go on for a little bit, please come back on the show. And
I'd absolutely love to.
Brilliant, mate. And honestly, thank you so much for music. It's been fantastic today. Really, really good.
Cheers, guys. Really appreciate it. And thank you for supporting live venues and everything, getting behind it.
You know, we're doing what we can, Matt. And, you know, hopefully we'll see you there sometime soon.
You definitely will, mate. Thank you, guys. Cheers.
Bye-bye.
Matt Owens, everybody.
That was lovely.
Brilliant. I mean, absolutely brilliant. And do you know what? It's so lovely watching all the comments come in. And it's also so lovely that actually the people we're bringing into the show are people that are known to everybody who run all the venues. Like so many of the comments are just, oh, hi, Matt.
Yeah, well, that's the point. I keep saying this is not an official Music Venue Trust thing. This is about our community. And that's why we do it. And, you know, we do love having regular viewers of Elevenses. It makes it feel almost like we're seeing you.
Yeah.
Which obviously we're not allowed to do in person. So in the meantime, this is great.
Yeah. Okay. So that's it for today. We're going to go back to work. I'm writing to landlords now. How about that?
Yeah. No. We've got a meeting with some of our coordinators. So it'll be much more fun. And I'm going to go check on tomorrow's guest and make sure that they're all ready to come.
Yeah, and if you want to make sure you don't miss any of these, just hit subscribe on the YouTube channel, and they're on the Music Venue Trust Facebook and also on the Twitch TV/Music Venue Trust. So see you at one of those tomorrow for Elevenses.
See you tomorrow, everyone. Bye.